Hello there, Capricorn. Welcome to my channel. Victoria here, Radiant Moon Tarot. This is your money and career reading for September of 2023. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm always grateful for every single one of you. So stay tuned to the end of this video in case you haven't heard this so far. We are running a contest over here at the Moon, and this is to win a free personal reading. So I will let you know how to enter that. September 3rd, we've got Venus going direct in the sign of Leo. Leo energy is all about you, yourself, your goals, your dreams, brings in creativity and inspiration, and it's that go-getter kind of energy. And Venus has been in retrograde for what seems like an eternity, so you may have been feeling a little bit stuck. Maybe you've been feeling like you've been back and forth on something, waffling on something, right? Shouldn't I, And in this particular energy, when Venus is going direct, this is like, boom, let's get things done. So you might be making a final decision on something, and this can also be a green light for you to make changes or to follow your goals. Maybe you've been feeling blocked, stuck in some way. This is where things do open up for you, and you could have a really big breakthrough. We have Jupiter going retrograde in Taurus, so Jupiter amplifies things. Taurus has to do, can very much have to do with your money, your resources, and so Jupiter is a little bit of a step back, but I feel in this energy that this is just kind of slowing things down a little bit because you might be a little bit too gung-ho, and we all know what happens when we're in that energy. We're impulsive. Okay, so that Jupiter energy going retrograde can have you just slowing down just a little bit, right? Still taking action, still taking initiative, still doing whatever it is that you're wanting to do. You're feeling more creative. You've got more resources around you, but you're feeling a little bit more, probably a little bit more grounded in that energy. New moon in Virgo on the 14th of September can really bring in some positive energies for you. This can bring in some new opportunities for you. The new moons do bring in the new sense of direction, new you, new ideas, new inspiration, and possibly some new opportunities to bring you in some money, some growth and prosperity in your world, right? So let's hope things get back on track for you. Just a little bit of a heads up, we do have Mercury in retrograde up until middle of September, September 15th. So as in all Mercury retrogrades, this is that opportunity to step back, to reflect, to double check things, just to make sure that we are making the right moves, that we're doing things in the way that's going to benefit us in the long term. Always use a little bit of caution when we've got Mercury retrograde in your communication with other people. This is where your technology can have a little bit of a snafu. This is where your communication, the messages that you're trying to put out there to people or even to the universe, right, can sometimes be a little bit misunderstood. So just make sure that you're being very crystal clear on what you want to say. Maybe try and rehearse it in your head a little bit there as well. But Mercury retrograde in Virgo isn't actually a bad energy. It can actually really benefit you. And especially with that, there's that Jupiter aspect there as well. So you can be expanding your mind, expanding your horizons, opening up to new forms of communication, and you can even be seeing things clearly. You might get a second chance at something. So not so shabby there, all right? And then, of course, we're entering Libra season and the first day of autumn. Autumn is a time of harvest, a time of plenty for us, and Libra is about balance, harmony in our world, in our relationships. So it's going to be where you really do get things very much back on track. We have stepping into your power. You are strong beyond measure. Yes, indeed, you are, Capricorn. What is it that you want? What lights this lantern for you? What are you dreaming about? Where do you see yourself going? Whatever you're doing, whatever you're dealing with, wherever you've been feeling stuck, whatever you feel like you've needed to change, here you are. You're stepping into your own power. You're taking charge of your situation. You're not letting life dictate to you how to proceed or how to deal with things. You are the one grabbing the bull by the horns, and you're doing what you need to do. And this can really put you in charge of your finances, especially if you've been feeling like things have been out of control. And so maybe you're looking at your bank account and you're like, okay, I'm going to look at the last 3 months in my bank account. What has been coming out of my bank account that I have forgotten about, that I wasn't aware of? What is this recurring payment here? How come this is showing up 3 times? So you could really be stepping into that energy where you are very much taking charge. Some of you stepping into your power, this can represent that this is your time to shine, to step into a leadership role if you have those inclinations, step into a supervisory, a manager role, or even higher, wherever you have your sights set. So it's important here in this energy to know what it is you want. Do you need to make changes? Are you looking to elevate your earning potential? Is there anything you need to learn? Because that Mercury retrograde energy can bring in this learning element for you, because it is slowing you down a little bit. So whatever it is for you, okay, this is an energy of I can do it, I can change it, I can fix it, I can move forward with it, I can start it, and I'm going to be successful. So step into that personal power, because this does bring you a lot of confidence in this energy. And this puts you in the flow. I love this card. I mean, number one, always reminds me of Christmas, right? Santa's sleigh. But everything is smooth sailing. So in this energy, when we're in the flow, we overcome things. We look past the problem and we look forward to a solution. We're flexible, we're adaptable, we're open, we're embracing change. We're not resisting anything. And this is where we're just kind of a little bit loosey-goosey, but it's for a benefit, right? It's not that we don't have a backbone or anything like that, not in that at all, right? It's really about seeing the possibilities and things, being able to change your direction easily, right? You're not so stuck in a certain energy or a certain way of thinking, right? A little bit of a breakthrough in this energy with the stepping into power and the in the flow. Breakthrough, breakout, break free. And this can be really exciting for you. So, because sometimes what keeps us stuck in place is us. Fear, anxiety, worry, right? What if I do this and I fail? Then I'm right back where I started, or even worse. And that kind of cycle there, it's time to break that cycle. And this can really help you to increase your money, take charge of your finances, and hopefully embrace some growth. So we do have the King of Wands, the King of Wands coming in here. And the King of Wands is a great energy. Now, number one, this is that fiery leadership energy. We've got a tiger on this particular deck, but of course we do have Venus going direct in the sign of Leo, and the King of Wands exudes that authority, exudes that confidence. So this is a great time for you to be the lead player in your own story, to not sit back and take anything lying down, to be large, to be in charge, to follow your passion, your dreams, to make the changes that you need to make to power through any kind of challenges or difficulties. And what you're doing here, we've got the Five of Swords with that, and the Five of Swords, what you are doing is you're overcoming that little voice in your head. You see this crow pecking at this guy's brain, and we see this little shadowy figure in the background. That's that little voice in your head going, you're not going to do it. This isn't going to work for you. This is too much of a risk. What if you fail, right? It's got that little voice inside your head whispering. And what are you doing? You are squashing that like a bug. You are not letting this voice dictate how you are moving forward. You are not letting this voice say, no, you can't. Instead, you're breaking out of that energy and you're, yes, I can. The kings are successful. The kings master things. You are mastering that voice in your head. You are mastering communication. You are resolving conflict and issues in your world. And I feel here that if you are in situations, because the Five of Wands can bring about conflict and miscommunications and, challenges with people around you, right? Things like that. And I think here in this energy, you are, no way, Jose. You are not going to let communication issues stand in your way. Instead, you are going to speak your truth. You're going to stand your ground, and you are really going to resolve anything that is keeping you held back. Now, sometimes the Five of Swords, because the Five of Swords, yes, it can bring conflict, it can bring communication issues, it can bring misunderstandings, but it can also be an energy of victory. But to the victor goes the spoils, right? Because usually the traditional imagery on the Five of Swords is one guy standing there and he's got these swords and he looks like, ooh, look at this, I bested everybody. And you've got one person crying in their hands in the background. You've got someone else just throwing their swords down and walking away. And so it can be an energy where you can defeat other people, but you might feel bad about it. Now, this quite often does come up if there's a promotion that comes up for you in your current workplace. So perhaps the boss energy, right? So maybe you have an opportunity to really elevate your career situation and go for that promotion. But there may be a couple other people in your organization or even in your department that are also vying for that position. And in this energy, you have really very much have the opportunity here to come out on top. Because this is this energy of shining, of being in the spotlight, right? You get your point across, you're motivating other people, you're maybe even inspiring other people as well, right? So it's a really great energy. It's a magnetism in this energy, but you may have to beat out a couple other people for that position. And so in this energy, it's a reminder with the Five of Swords not to gloat. And I don't feel necessarily that you would, be in that gloating, boastful energy anyway. But I would just say in this, it's like you kind of want to jump for joy and run through your workplace going, I did it, I did it, I got it, I got it. But you may need to just be very much aware of other people's feelings, okay? Because you don't want them to feel, they would probably feel bad if they didn't get that position anyway. But we don't need to rub it in their face, right? And, even though it's just hard to have that restraint, right? Especially if you're excited about something. So there may be an energy of other people being defeated, okay? But you might also be the one that comes out on top, even if you don't know who other people are, right? You're winning that position, you're winning that, increase, right? So whatever your situation is, the king, you're large, you're in charge, and you're mastering things. We do have the 10 of Cups here as well, and we have the Fool. So for some of you, this does scream that new job, that promotion, that raise, that elevation of your career path and your earning potential. The 10 of Cups is that happy ever after energy, happy home, happy family, happy life. And with the Fool card is new beginnings or the next level, the next step up in things. So for some of you here, you're getting exactly what you want and you're king of your castle in that energy. Okay, you're taking a little bit of a risk. You're moving forward in the direction you want to move in. You are defeating and squashing that little voice inside your head that may be telling you, oh, I don't know. I don't know if you should do this. What if? Well, you know what? What if I win? Right? What if I succeed? What if I come out on top, right? So I think you're very much getting control of any kind of negative thoughts that you might be having here. And you're more excited about the future. The Fool does bring about a new opportunity, a new sense of direction, or that level up. It's the next stage of the first step in your journey somewhere. So whether it's something brand spanking new or just something new to you, this does bring in an element of excitement in here, but you may need to take a little bit of a leap of faith. Trust in yourself, right? Believe in yourself and be confident, just like that King of Wands. So the Fool card can bring about some wonderful things, but the Fool card with the Five of Swords here can bring in an element of naivete energy. So there's something here because the Fool is innocent. And the Fool is like a fresh energy. It's like, I'm really excited, but I don't know what I'm doing, or there's some things that I'm just not aware of. And so in this energy, again, watch your finances here because there might be something here that is causing you a little bit of grief, and you need to rein it in. You need to take charge of that situation. So for example, those recurring payments that may come out of your bank account every single month, and you're like, why is my money being siphoned away? What the hell payment is this now? And so there's things that you don't know necessarily, and so you need to take charge of those, and you can just put this aside. You can resolve those issues and feel a little bit more secure. The 10 of Cups, happy energy, right? And this is, yes, I did it. This is, yes, I resolved it. This is, I'm going to think happy, positive thoughts. I'm going to take the right steps to resolve things. And again, you're overcoming this challenging energy with the 5 of Swords. So this can be very, very positive for you. Now, all of this here could just be you making preparations for something. We do have the Hermit and the Knight of Pentacles. So in this energy here, right, the first part of the month, while Mercury is still in retrograde, for some of you, yeah, you're breaking free. This is that Venus direct energy, and you're like, boom, I am ready. I am off to the races. But for others of you, this is like a preparation energy for the first half of the month. And you're really thinking about things. You're, figuring out what's going to make me happy, what's going to make me feel fulfilled, what's going to bring me stability and security for myself, for my family, what's going to put me in a really good, positive spot for my future. And so some of you here, you are just getting prepared to take steps forward into the unknown, because that Fool card, it's like, I'm ready. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just excited to be here and be taking some action, because we do have the Hermit card coming in here, and this is the Virgo energy, and we've got the Knight of Pentacles. So again, we've got new moon in Virgo on the 14th, and Mercury goes direct in Virgo on the 15th. So Hermit energy, this is Virgo energy right here, and this is where we are reflecting, we're contemplating things, we're thinking about what is it that I want, what lights that candle, what lights that lantern for you, what is going to give you some insight or some direction on your path, right? What's going to light your path going forward? And very much just like the stepping into your stepping into your power energy, right? We've got that lit lantern there, lighting the path, and we've got that here in the Hermit card too. So this is where maybe you're applying some lessons that you've learned, because the Hermit card brings you some wisdom and some understanding. It is that soul searching energy where we go within. What do I want? Where do I want to go? What lessons have I learned, right? How far have I come? And you're getting some answers in that Hermit energy here. And with the Knight of Pentacles, you are getting a clear sense of direction. You know what you want. You know what steps you need to take. You know that you need to take some sort of action and to get to where you want to go, to get to your finish line. But you're paying attention to the details with the Knight of Pentacles. You're not leaving anything to chance or to question, right? So if there's something you don't know, you're going to research it. If there's some fine print to be paid attention to, you're going to pay attention to it. The Knight of Pentacles is very detail oriented, and a little bit of a slower energy that does come in here, and that Virgo energy does slow us down just a little bit, but it serves a purpose, right? And the Knight of Pentacles is like, I know what I need to do, but I'm going to make sure that I haven't missed any of the details as I go along, as I go forward, because I don't want something to derail me a little bit later. So paying attention to the details is going to be very important for you. But the Hermit does bring healing to your bank account, healing to your career path, healing to you, so that you can move forward in a better direction. The Knight of Pentacles can be where you are taking a step back in the Hermit energy and contemplating something because you're receiving an offer, a gift, an opportunity. The Knight of Pentacles can bring you something very exciting into your world. But this is where you take that step back with what you've just received, and you're like, okay, how can I work with this? Is this the right opportunity for me? Is this the right investment for me? Where do I see this headed? Is this going to bring me what I want? And so that Hermit energy can really, because the Fool can bring excitement, and then the Hermit goes, hold on a second, I know this is exciting, but let's just have a look at this Knight of Pentacles and make sure this is truly what we want. And we're going to look beyond just the bright and shiny little salary there or something like that, or that promise of return on investment. We're going to look at the details and make sure that everything is on the up and up and everything is tickety-boo. So in this energy, it's like very excited, but hold on. right? We're just taking a huge leap forward, but just one little step back before we truly dive right into something with reckless abandon, so to speak. All right. But there is offers here. There's opportunities here. There's new beginnings. There's growth. And I do think that there is something that some of you are receiving or being presented with in the month ahead. And this does bring you some excitement. We've got the Knight of Wands coming in here as well. There you are, diving forward with a little bit of reckless abandon, but you've already done your homework in the background, so this is full steam ahead. The Knight of Wands is this energy of, I've got this, I'm confident, I'm going to make all the right moves, I'm just excited to be here, and boom, here you are, charging forward, and you're very confident that whatever it is that you've got, you're going to be very successful at it. Okay, so this is a very excellent, exciting energy. But with the Two of Pentacles, it's very interesting because the Two of Pentacles energy, this can be where your ability to be in the flow right here is your ability to be flexible and adaptable, right? Like an elastic band. You're going in the flow, you're back and forth, you're willing and open to new possibilities, to different ways of thinking, and this can really help you out in this energy, and especially with the Knight of Wands, because I do feel here in this energy that it's like I'm charging ahead, I'm taking action, and I'm really confident. I know where I'm going. I've got a good, clear sense of direction, right? Nothing's going to hold me back in the Knight of Wands energy. But I'm also willing to change path, change direction in this, right? So it's not like a stubborn energy whatsoever. It is very, very flexible. And sometimes we know where we're going or what we're doing, or we're feeling really creative and inspired, but we do need to be able to, go, okay, yeah, I'm headed down this path, but oh, wait, look, there's a better way, right? And so we're open to better ways of doing things. We're open to other people's ideas. We're listening to things. So whatever your situation is, the Two of Pentacles can really have you in the flow of things, right? And you're just, woo, right? This is good. This is not good. I'm going to do this. No, you know what? This is a better way, right? And things can get easier when we're in that energy. The Two of Pentacles, though, can also bring you multiple opportunities. Aha. And so you might have an important decision to make. Pentacles, of course, being your money, your career, your investments, your resources, okay, all of that. And with the Two of Pentacles, you might have an important decision to make financially or with your career path, or you could have more than one opportunity. And this is really where that Hermit energy comes in. It's like, I've got more than one opportunity here. What is going to be the best for me? So you're kind of, having a look at all of those details. So it's not always just about, let's say it's a new job, right? Or a promotion. It's not always just about the salary. That is a huge key aspect of it because that directly impacts your relationship. But we do need to look at other things. Work-home life balance, right? Because with the Two of Pentacles, balance is important. Okay. Work-home life balance. How much vacation time do we get? What is my work hours? What is my level of responsibility in exchange for that paycheck, right? Because you could have two offers that have a similar paycheck, but one of them might have longer work hours, less work-home life balance, maybe, a decent work environment, but maybe with a heavier workload. And the other one, maybe it does give you a little bit more freedom because the Knight of Wands is, very goal-oriented, but also does like a little bit of freedom, right? Doesn't necessarily like to be stuck in the same place for too long. It's like, okay, I've accomplished this and now I'm ready to go on to the next thing. So it depends on what your situation is and what your goals are in regards to your money, your career. Do you want something where you can get some quick dividends back? Do you want something that gives you a lot of opportunities to move onwards and upwards in your company, right? Instead of being in one position for the next 5 years, you're like, no, after a year, I want a promotion. After a year, I'm ready to move forward, right? Because otherwise you might get a little bit bored, right? So you're always looking for that next best thing. So if you've got more than one opportunity, and if you're putting yourself out there, in your job search, right? Anything like that, or even in your investments, because sometimes we don't want to get locked down in like a 5-year investment, right? Like we can't touch our money. Sometimes we do want, okay, I'm ready for a little bit shorter term, because the Knight of Wands can be a shorter term where we're locked into something. So, and some important decisions to make here in regards to your money, your career, and some of you want something for the long term. The Knight of Pentacles is very committed for that long term, is willing to put in all of the work. Not that the Knight of Wands doesn't put in work, but the Knight of Pentacles does put in that work and has that long-term commitment, because the Knight of Pentacles wants that stability and that security and wants to feel comfortable, right, while also making some progress. Whereas the Knight of Wands, I want it here, I want it now, I'm moving onwards and upwards, I'm moving fast, I'm moving quickly, quite often like salespeople. This could actually be a salesperson job with the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Okay, but the Knight of Wands would make an excellent salesperson. Okay, it's like, boom, slay the dragon, get my sale, now I'm on to the next one, right? Because it's the thrill of the chase and looking for that excitement. So whatever your situation is, whether it's your money, your finances, you might have multiple opportunities, one for something a little bit shorter term or that allows you to leapfrog faster, or one that gives you that long-term stability. It's like, I'm happy, I'm comfortable where I am. So decisions of all kinds to be made, but I do feel there's a lot of opportunities opening up for you. I feel there's some buzz in the air for you, some excitement, and very much for some of you, there's something coming to fruition here that is going to make you quite excited, okay, and brings you what it is that you've been looking for, right? So a little bit of a mixed bag for some of you, but the great thing is, and the important thing to remember, is that we're breaking out, we're breaking free, we're resolving things, we're overcoming obstacles and moving forward in an energy that is more exciting and more promising than perhaps you've been faced with in the last little while. We have adjacent possibilities coming in here for you. I love this card, okay? And this can be very much where the Knight of Pentacles and the Hermit come in. Adjacent possibilities says and reminds us here that sometimes the thing that we really want, need, and desire the most, and that's going to give us the most opportunities, the most rewards, right, is not always right in front of our face. Sometimes we do need to look for those alternate or adjacent possibilities, right? So there's doors that are open all over the place here on this card, including forward, right? But sometimes when we just turn our head just a little bit, or we expand our horizons, or we look at something in a different way, we may find something that's a little bit better than what we currently have. So in this energy of being in the flow, of being flexible and adaptable, right? What do we have? We find those possibilities, right? We find those things that aren't right in front of our face. We find our way to, having a solution and resolving things, right? So make sure that you are really looking at the big picture and that you're willing to kind of be that in that flexible, adaptable kind of energy. So I think that's where the answers are going to lie, and that's where the opportunities are going to lie. Okay, the details might be very important. We've got the door to romance coming in here for you. Now, for some of you, this is just your heart opening, that Venus in Leo energy, right? Your heart is open. The doors are opening for you. Follow your heart, follow your goals, follow your dreams, know what you want. This is an energy of creation coming in here for you to create the life that you want. So that door is opening there, blocks are removed, and be ready to receive, okay? For some of you, this is receiving energy. All right, but for some of you here, the door to romance can represent, especially with the Ten of Cups that's there, it can represent that a personal relationship may get resolved. You might resolve some issues around your home, right, around your family and with your significant other, it could be, right? And this is where, instead of arguing Five of Swords about money and about our budget and things like that, we find a different way, we find a new way forward. So can be where you do resolve those issues and restore the status quo in your relationship, right? Because money and relationships really do go hand in hand, okay? Especially if you live with somebody or you're going to get married or something like that, right? That's, we do impact our relationships via our money, our career. And this might be where some opportunities are opening up for you, a different opportunity here where you don't necessarily need to make any massive changes, maybe just minor changes. And this can be where, you get a better home life balance, right? And you feel a little bit more that all is right with the world in this. But with the door to romance, this can be opportunities, doors opening for you. We've got doors on here, doors opening for you that are going to make you very happy. Okay, and that door to romance doesn't have to be love and relationships. But I do feel that some of you might have a relationship going up to the next level. And yes, this can very much impact your finances in some way. Maybe you save up for a wedding, or maybe if you are moving in with somebody or something like that, then this can be where 2 paychecks is better than 1, and you feel more abundant because now all of a sudden your expenses are in half. But also door to romance, though, I think some of you do have some love on the table, and you might be meeting some new people. These new people might actually be love and romance, and this can actually impact how you deal with your career path, how you spend your money. You're going out, you're having fun with the Fool card, okay? And, this can give you a different perspective on your money and your career path, right? Because you're like, this is really exciting. I've been working my fingers to the bone and I've had some success, but now I need to find more time, right? So this can actually very much change your outlook, right, on how much time you spend working. Whatever it happens to be for you, this is a positive energy, and this is doors opening and doors opening. So all of this exciting energy is all coming in for you. So I think you got multiple opportunities, and I hope that something very wonderful comes out of it. So it's up to you to grab a hold of this. Now, one thing we do need to remember is that when we do the energies for your monthlies, right, we're looking at what energy is coming in for you in this month, right? But how things play out and the time frame that things play out in can sometimes be really fast for some of you and a little bit slower for some of you. So it can unfold over the next 6 months. All right. So, sometimes people do get frustrated when, September shuts itself off, right? We get to the very end of September. We're like, oh, nothing really happened with this, or this hasn't really moved forward as fast as I wanted it to. It's because things are still playing out for you, right? So the energy doesn't just start and stop. It does unfold at different speeds for different people. And if you don't like where something is going, you can actually take a different path. 2 of Pentacles, right? Take a different path than what you're currently on. And that can actually also change your outcome. So you're, in some cases, the energy coming in, right? It's like, this is a fated energy. How are we going to deal with it? But how you deal with it can impact your outcome and also the speed. So just keep that in mind, right? We unpack things over about a 6-month period, right? So keep that in mind for yourself. But I'm going to leave that there for you guys. I really hope there was something here for you. If there was, please like, share, and subscribe. And of course, we are running a contest. The deadline to enter is August 31st. If you miss that deadline, don't worry about it. I will have another contest a little while later. But for this one, August 31st is the deadline to enter. And it is to win a free personal reading. All you need to do is like this video, subscribe to my channel if you're not already. If you think you are, go and check anyway, because YouTube over the last few months across a lot of channels has been taking away subscriptions, right? So I've been subscribed to some things, and all of a sudden I'm like, why am I not seeing this anymore? And my subscription has been like, the button isn't pressed anymore. So I'm like, what the hell? So I've had to press it again. So if you're not getting notifications or anything like that, just toggle that button on and off. So anyway, so you do need to be subscribed to my channel, because this is for subscribers, and leave a comment in the box down below that says I am abundant, and I will know then that you are entering that contest. I will announce the winner September 3rd or 4th, Labor Day long weekend. I'm leaning towards the 4th. 4th is associated with Jupiter, and that is the day that Jupiter goes retrograde in Taurus. So we'll make the announcement on that day most likely. So keep your eyes peeled for that. All right. But you can enter on as many videos as I post throughout the month of August that you want. So you can enter multiple times across multiple videos. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope you have a fantastic September, and I will see you guys later. Bye.